And while that was on, now over to Jaipur, where a soldier, when he's brought back wrapped in a tricolour, the agony and pain for the family members is just unimaginable. Constable Rohitash Lamba was merely 27 years old, someone belonging to the Govindpura village, which is near Jaipur. He's now survived by a young daughter of merely 2 months old. Those visuals of Rohitash Lamba's mortal remains being put on a truck in Jaipur. From Jaipur, let's go over to Varanasi, where hundreds of local residents have gathered at the ancestral home of the CRPF Jawan Ramesh Yadav. These visuals there of early this morning in the Mikpur village of Varanasi, where Yadav used to live. This is his ancestral home. He had joined back on duty just 2 days ago after spending an entire month of his annual leave with his family members here. So a huge outpouring of people paying their last respects there in Varanasi. From Varanasi over to Dehradun, where CRPF Jawan Mohanlal Raturi's mortal remains have reached his house in Dehradun. You see those huge gathering of people from around the town really paying their last respects, saluting this Jawan, the CRPF Jawan, who was among the 40 Jawans who lost their lives in that Pulwama attack. It's not just residents of Dehradun, but also a huge amount of security personnel also who've come out to not just pay their respects, but also ensure that everyone gets a chance to pay their respects to Jawan Mohanlal Raturi. These visuals there from Dehradun. Now, while all the soldiers are on their last journey today, their mortal remains being taken back to their respective cities and towns, the huge question is how this attack actually took place and what is the investigation progress so far. For all that, my colleague Nazir Masoodi now joins us live from Srinagar. Nazir, tell us what is the progress when it comes to the investigation, and also what is the curfew situation in Jammu like right now?
Because of the poor network, the fact is that investigation is underway. Over a dozen people have been rounded up since yesterday for questioning, because police is actually clueless what exactly has happened, because they were taken off guard. They were completely surprised when this attack came, and the suicide bomber was actually living in their backyard just 10 kilometers away from the this attack site. And how could he manage and get all these explosives, including RDX, and manage it and get on the highway and ram his car, explosive-laden car, into the CRPF convoy bus and kill 40, Jawans, and injured, as many 40 others. So since then, now the INI has taken over the investigation. Now there would be two things that is important for the, police and the NIA. One, to how it happened, who are behind it. Was it a lone wolf attack? That's just not possible. It can't happen overnight, and they will carry out such a massive attack, which is the biggest in last 30 years of the militancy, and now how it can be prevented. For now, yesterday, Home Minister talked about, the convoys would not be allowed to move on the roads when the military convoys, the security force convoys are on the move on the roads. That is going to cause a lot of inconvenience to the people because of the simple fact that convoys are moving around the clock, and now preventing public, transport on the roads is going to cause a lot of, problem for the people. Now it has impact on the ground also in different parts. For example, in Kargil, where there was a candlelight vigil, and people expressed solidarity and they paid homage to the fallen CRPF Jawans. But in Jammu, those who were wearing the nationalistic badge and where they were attacking the different community, targeting them, targeting their property, and the police is accused of looking other way. They were not acting against those who are damaging property, were on rampage, burning vehicles and attacking people. And I can tell you, among those who were affected are actually 3 BJP leaders whose property has been damaged and their vehicles were burned. One of the senior police officers, SP rank officer, who is in the Special Operations Group of Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir Police, his car was also burnt in Jammu. So there has been a lot of violence, but police is accused of looking other way when the mobs were targeting different communities. Now the curfew has been imposed, but the people are demanding it should be a strict curfew. The way Home Minister yesterday promised that whoever is going to destabilize the social harmony, they are going to deal with them very firmly. Srinivas.
Right. Also, Nazir, investigation have really revealed that it wasn't an SUV, but actually a sedan that were, that is the cause. Could you shed some light on that?
Investigation is underway. The NIA has taken over the investigation, and they are actually, looking at the different angles of this case. For example, who are behind this? Was there, this was guided from the Pakistan, or they were local group? There have been several people who are under the radar of NIA and Jammu and Kashmir police who may have masterminded this attack. One of them is Mudassir. His house has been reportedly vandalized in Tral area of South Kashmir. And there are other people who are also seen as being the mastermind behind this attack, who may have motivated. The fact in this case is not only the explosive, and the question is, how can a 19-year-old youth is, indoctrinated, and he is transformed into a suicide bomber in less than 10 months after he joined Jaish Mohammed in the area. So Jaish has been actually trying to transform local youth into the suicide bombers.
Nazir.
Last year they did. Son of a policeman, Fardeen, he was used as a Fidain attacker on the CRPF.
Nazir, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you at this point. We are just getting visuals from Patna. Thanks very much for bringing us those details from Srinagar. Let's just go over to Patna. These visuals on your screen of the mortal remains of two of the CRPF personnel from Bihar who belong to Bihar. Havaldar Sanjay Kumar Sinha of the Patna district, as well as CRPF Constable Ratan Kumar Thakur, who lost their lives in the Pulwama attack. Their mortal remains just reaching the Patna airport right now. You see Chief Minister laying a wreath there at the Patna airport and paying his last respects. Really a respect solemn moment for the entire country. My colleague Manish now joins us live from Patna. Manish, we have these visuals from the Patna airport of the two martyrs who lost their lives in Pulwama, their mortal remains laying there at the airport.
Yes, Smita, the wreath laying ceremony is right now going on here, and Chief Minister has already, he's already done the formality. Now the leaders of all the major political parties, in fact, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, he's also here now. Sushil Modi, who is the Deputy Chief Minister, he is coming to lay the wreath. And after this, there is an Indian Air Force chopper which is on a standby, which will take the body of Ratan Thakur to Bhagalpur, because Bhagalpur is about 300 kilometers. So the CRPF and the government has taken the precaution that the family doesn't have to wait for a longer period of time, and so that it reaches by 12 noon. And this, now you can see Ravi Shankar Prasad, who is going to accompany the body of Sanjay Sinha to Masaudi, which is another 50 kilometers from this place, and will be present during the last rites of Sanjay Sinha. And besides that, there are other union ministers like Ram Kripal Yadav. So this is like now the leader of opposition, Tejasvi Yadav. For the first time in the recent past, that leaders cutting across party lines have come to pay their condolence, and they were here at the airport to receive the body, to lay the wreath. And now you can see the other ministers in the Nitish Kumar cabinet. They are coming, and one after another. This ceremony will go on for another 10-15 minutes. After that, the body of Ratan Thakur will be airlifted from here to Bhagalpur, and from there it will be taken to his native village. And the other body of Sanjay Sinha will be taken on a truck, which is has been especially decorated for this ceremony. And there, after once the family members, they are able to they will first see the body, and after that it will be taken to the cremation ground.
Right, Manish, thanks very much for bringing us those details. So we see Tejaswi Yadav, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. So the political class really united in this moment of grief, where CRPF Constable Ratan Kumar Thakur as well as Havaldar Sanjay Kumar Sinha's mortal remains are at the Patna airport. From here, both of those mortal remains will be taken to their respective native homes. A mark of respect there. All the political leaders from across political lines really standing united with the family members of those who lost their lives in the Pulwama attack. These visuals coming to you from the Patna airport.